Today was the day she had dreamed about since she was a little girl, her wedding day. But she didn't feel like getting up. She lay still, listening to the sound of voices outside. Some were cheerful, the neighbors' women setting up chairs, children running around, but underneath, there was another voice. Low. Almost like it was hiding. She slipped quietly to the window. By the mango tree, Emeka stood with Mama Ada again. His back was to Nkechi, but she could see her mother's face. It wasn't the usual motherly face she knew. It was softer. Like when someone is remembering something sweet. Nkechi's hand tightened on the curtain. Chioma burst into the room. You are still in bed. Huh. Bride that will be late for her own wedding. Come, stand up. Let me fix your hair. I'm coming, she said. Chioma didn't notice her flat voice. She was too busy talking about how the hall looked, how much food they had prepared, how Emeka's friends were already in town. In the kitchen, Mama Ada was stirring a pot of soup. Mama, Nkechi said, I saw you talking to Emeka just now. Mama Ada didn't look up. And so? He is going to be my son-in-law. I should not talk to him. It's just, you two seem to talk a lot. Her mother paused for a heartbeat, then smiled without showing her teeth. When you marry, you will understand there are many kinds of talking. Nkechi didn't know what that meant. By noon, the compound was full. Music played from the big speakers, and people danced while waiting for the bride to get ready. Nkechi smiled when she had to, but her eyes kept searching for Emeka. When she finally saw him, he was leaning close to Mama Ada again, whispering something that made her laugh. And this time, Mama Ada reached out and touched his arm. It was a light touch, quick, almost nothing, but to Nkechi, it felt heavier than a stone. The sun was high when the drummers started their steady beat. Women in bright wrappers carried trays of food to the tables. Men laughed over bottles of cold mud. It was time. Chioma stood behind Nkechi, adjusting her veil. Don't frown, she whispered. A bride should smile. You look like somebody stole your meat. Nkechi forced a small smile. Where is Emeka? She asked. He went with your mother to greet some visitors, Chioma said, tying the last knot. Nkechi froze. Both of them? Alone. He went with your mother to greet some visitors, Chioma said, tying the last knot. Nkechi froze. Both of them? Alone. Yes. Now, why are you asking like that? Chioma teased. Are you jealous of your own mother? I just, forget it, Nkechi said. The MC called for the bride and groom. Nkechi stepped into the courtyard, the drums quickening. People clapped, some sprayed money. But Emeka wasn't there. The MC kept smiling into the microphone. We are waiting for the groom, you know how love can delay a man. The crowd laughed. Nkechi's heart pounded. She scanned the faces, aunties, uncles, neighbors, no sign of him. Then she saw them. Mama Ada and Emeka walking in from the far side of the compound, side by side. They weren't rushing. They were talking, smiling, like they were in no hurry to join the party. When they reached her, Mama Ada's eyes swept over Nkechi's dress. You look beautiful, my daughter, she said softly, but there was something in her gaze Nkechi couldn't read. Emeka took Nkechi's hand, warm and steady. Shall we? He asked. She nodded, but her mind was elsewhere, on where they had been, and why they looked like they shared a secret. During the ceremony, Nkechi tried to focus on the vows. But each time Emeka smiled, she caught Mama Ada's eyes lingering on him a little too long. And once, only once, she thought she saw him glance back at her mother, quickly, like a reflex. Her chest tightened. After the crowd cheered and the rings were exchanged, the MC told everyone to enjoy themselves. The music swelled, and people crowded the dance floor. Nkechi went to find her mother. She spotted her near the drinks table. Mama, where were you with Emeka before the wedding started? She asked. Mama Ada took a sip of her drink. We went to meet his uncle, she said smoothly. He just arrived. You will greet him later. Why didn't you send someone else? Her mother's smile didn't falter. Because I wanted to. Is there a problem? Nkechi stared at her. No, Mama. But deep inside, she wasn't sure. The night had settled soft over the compound. The crowd had thinned, the music was lower now, and only the closest friends and family remained. Small groups sat in the corners, laughing over bottles of beer and plates of leftover jollof. Nkechi sat at the edge of the compound, fanning herself. Her dress felt heavier than it had in the morning. She had danced until her legs ached, but her mind wouldn't rest. Emeka had disappeared again. Chioma dropped into the chair beside her, chewing meat from a stick. Your husband is enjoying himself, oh. I just saw him talking with your mother near the back gate.